two young players, but going to really enjoy that one. Here they are at it again. Yeah, Mattner got it forward. Here is Reid again. Quick hands, well done. McVeigh nursed a little kick. It was good, wasn't it? The little man McGlynn. Good's under pressure. Ward's got him in the tackle. Did he dispose of it? The umpire said OK. Back inside. Jeddah an opportunity there. Sydney all over this in their forward half. Picked up by Jack. Snap it. Goal. He's got the first for Sydney. Hopefully find a target and slow things down.
Sydney is so good at stopping that transition from their forward line into their defensive 50. Teddy Richards, it's his second intercept mark.
Yeah, it's a 50.
Can't do that.
Nah. It's against Callum. He knew that if he let that play go on quickly, he was going to get burned out the back. So it was probably an understandable infringement. Smith, 35 metres out directly in front. Never any doubt about that from the moment he left his boot. Swans have got their second. And off to a magnificent
start. 1 goal to 1 point, basically just about at the 10-minute mark. Look, we're working hard. We're trying to keep the pressure on at the work face of the ball, and our defenders are really hung in pretty tight most of that time.
Yeah, talking of the pressure, Siege, it's been fantastic so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, which let a goal go, then it actually hold the mark, and that's a simple, basic skill, and they don't get that extra shot at goal.
So Smith picking up his second is Johnson. Alex Johnson, game 21. Real revelation, this man last year, BT, from Xavier College, who held down the defensive role last year, played 20 games, and have got a great ability to develop talent, the Sydney Swans, and I reckon their list is really exciting. Well, they turned one over here, which is highly unusual. Folau backing out, opportunity for Ward on his non-preferred side. The first goal kicker for the GWS is their co-captain, Callum Ward. What a great moment that is, and we're just looking at Kevin Sheedy, Alan McConnell, one of the assistants as well, and I'm wrapped for Callum Ward. He was obviously deciding whether or not the move he wanted to make up here to the Giants. He's a tough, hard nut. He's going to be a fantastic player for this side. And that's something he's added to his game as well, Richo, his ability to score goals. There it is, the first goal kicker ever for the Giants, Callum Ward.
And he's been leading by example over the summer. He's been the leading possession getter. He had 30 touches last week in the last NAB game, and
held up temporarily. Parker back inside. Here's Corns, head over it, had to concentrate, had Jeddah coming at him. Needs support, Reid. Roberts-Thompson through a bit of traffic. Bolton, now Bird. Looks sideways, nothing. Goes long, and mark taken in the end. Good mark it was by Kennedy down low.
Area of his game that can get better. This will be a good start to the year.
Kennedy, 30 metres out, almost directly in front. He converts the goal. So Sydney kicked their fourth goal here. The coach, that was really their hallmark. They were aggressive, they were in your face. Kevin Sheedy's bomber side in 2000, a lot of hard-nosed players, so I get the feeling that is going to be the message for the Giants. Cornelio to shield. Jeddah was in there. Look at the pace, the speed. Magnificent. The poise to deliver to Roberts-Thompson. Brilliant. Not sure he can do this either.
He's been a defender, big LRT, most of his career.
Well, he's going to have to kick the 50 here. Just inside it, gave it every little bit and nursed it through quite brilliantly. Roberts-Thompson. We've played 11 and a half minutes. Not a lot of opportunity for GWS here in this quarter. Still on the tackle, Everett. Still kept the arms clear. Here's Shield again. Geez, impressive. Very, very impressive. Wilson round the corner. Palmer couldn't quite get on the bottom of it. There he goes again. Wilson. He's got fleet of foot and a trip. We'll see the boy player, and to get that done in his first game is generally exciting. Best mate of Harley Bennell is Nathan Wilson, both from Mandurah. Wilson comes in now. That is a whopping 55-metre hoist to the ball. The young man has kicked his first goal in footy. Nathan Wilson.
Not take much further part. He's a very, very sore boy.
That's all from that bump thingy.
Yes, it is, BT.
Palmer. Deep inside 50. Opportunity again. Ball dribbled out of the middle. Might have been Hoskin Elliott, I reckon. And he kicks his first goal. Back-to-back for GWS. Ball back in the direction of Giles and Davis. Reid. Quick recovery skills from Reid. Brilliant handball. Jack, Kennedy and Goods. All combining here for the Swans to advance forward. Roberts-Thompson with that big body. Did well to knock it away initially. Handball onto Bolton. Time to shape it around the corner. Nicely conjured up goal from the Swans.
He's a class act. Jude Bolton really added another dimension to his game in the last 12 months. His ability to play as almost a medium.
Concede another goal before half-time, and they'll go in pretty content, Das, with their first half.
Yeah, they've got it done around the clearance situation, Richard. They've won it this quarter 14-12, the Giants. And we know they drafted heavily on talented midfielders. Well, they'll be able to take away this quarter and say this was a really promising start in their first ever game.
He dived into the legs. It's a free kick.
He dived into it,
Straight into it.
but he didn't have possession of it in the end. And I think the umpire was wrong-sided there.
We'll have to have another look at it, but
I think that's what happened. And the bleeding head here as well will remain. He'll come from the ground. Have a look at this. Doing the ruck work. Giles over the back got a hand on it. They got an accidental knee in the head.
Well, that's young Townsend, who is as hard as a cat's head. He's had his head split open. And I reckon he's really stiff here. Look, made the play. Look at that bravery. Just smashed into the contest. Kieran Jack gives him a knee in the head. He'd probably play the first free kick, Rich, I would have thought, which is a high contact.
Yep.
And really harshly done by there, Jacob Townsend. But I love him. He's just a ripper.
Missed the first one. The second one was right, if you're not going to pay the first when you're speaking technicalities. Here is Mumford. Mumford comes in. Shot at goal. Looks pretty damn good. And Sydney kicked their fourth goal of the quarter.
enjoy getting down to Launceston.
Yes, yes, I do love it down there. It's a nice spot. Homer Simpson, they call him, Big Maury. Homer is the man. Not sure why, but McVeigh around the corner, snap at goal. Got it for Sydney. Good start.
I've been pretty impressed with. You see Big Mummy, who might have caught one round the chops in fairness to Mummy. I thought he took a bit of a dive initially, but McVeigh, who's a class act, just found himself in a little bit of space, Richo.
He does that well, Darcy. He's very, very good around the stoppages. He hits the contest at pace and gets the ball as he's running, and that's impossible to stop. He's not flat-footed around the stoppage. Kicks a nice
I know
goal.
he has siblings. I was at a meeting with GWS during the week, the players' meeting, and noticed that they said no more tickets will be distributed to the players. I think they'd exhausted their supply of about 500.
I think Buggy's family got a lot of those, 10% of them, I'd say.
There's Roberts Thompson. Kennedy, he got met high by Corns then. It was accidental. He was going for the ball, Chad, but
He's been the argumentative type, Chad, across the journey, and that's a little reckless, Chad. And you get the reward. Josh Kennedy, that's his stock and trade. He'll put his head in the right position.
said he was going for the ball.
He was.
Yep.
But he collected him in the head.
Absolutely.
It's just you can't go anywhere near the head now, and I think that's
Particularly in
fair.
that dangerous position. We understand that.
Yeah.
Kennedy bending it back nicely. Has he bent it enough? He has. He likes it.
As you know, he just had to stand his ground a little stronger and work hard back to make sure he gave a contest.
Moved to Mumford. Ward's there with him. Ward's underneath it. Not much he can do about that. Not cleverly on by Everett. Gives Jetta a run of it. Uses the pace. Turns the afterburners on and runs into the open goal. Brilliant speed from Jetta.
Really like the balance of this side for Sydney. You've got the electrifying speed of Jetta, who just burns players every time he picks up the footy. Gary Rowan, one of the quickest players in the competition.
Quick hands.
No arguments from me, Das.
Roberts Thompson. And there's trying to burst through the pack there on that occasion was Holmes. And now did really well, Gary Rowan, to Jack. Neat little ball. Here's Everett. Sliding handball to the runner. Jack kicks it to an open goal square. Needs an end-on-end bounce. Not going to get it. Jetta off the ground. Soccer style. How clean was Jetta on that occasion?
Oh, this is just great play. Lewis Jetta is really starting to get goal side of his opponent at the moment. He's now kicked 2 goals for the quarter. He's just got too much legs out there at the moment for his opponent. Just getting goals.
Some numbers here out wide. Corns puts it to the advantage of, I think it's Wilson arriving first. It is. Slapped the body in that contest, and now Smith. Good grab, Rowan, says Gary Rowan. Enormous run up inside the centre square. Gets nice and balanced and lets it rip. Distance not a problem at all. He likes it. The Swans 5 in a row in this quarter. margin here at the moment, 64. Gold Coast went down in their first game in round 2, of course. They had a bye in the first round by 119. So keep that in balance and in mind.
I think the Dockers won their first game also.
There's Giles. Have not kicked a goal since the...
See how he goes here.
200 centimetres, 99 kegs, and here he is, the big man, as Cornelio will come from the ground. Giles, good-looking stroke. His first goal in footy as well, 4 for GWS.
It's a pretty solid output, but not his all-time best.
With the 5 marks for Adam Goods as well. Giles and Reid, up went Cameron with the 1 claw. McGlynn slipped at the crucial moment. In the end, this man, Johnson, who was pretty impressive in the first half of footy, almost a one-hander by Everett, but the soccer off the ground was equally as good, and the Swans get another.
I think that'll be an absolute positive for them, to be honest.
Play North in the next game, GWS, West Coast, and then Adelaide, so very tough for them. Here goes GWS. Hampton's the target, got it inside 50, and I reckon he can go the journey, can get it over the top to MacDonald. Now he needs to steady. He likes to give it away in this circumstance.
And that is a massive one. Well done, Israel.
James MacDonald, the midfield coach, playing coach, one of them, guides the kick in, and that's nicely done here for GWS. Can they win the last quarter?
Inside their defensive 50-metre arc at the moment, GWS.
Reece is right on it here.
So this kick, if it's successful, will mean that Sydney will outscore them in this last quarter as Bird comes in. Kick is offline, siren sounds, and the Sydney Swans have won the first game of the year against the debutants GWS. 14-16 at 100 to 5-7-37.